Warning, the video you're about to watch contains jokes and humor that are only targeted for adults. Now get the f*** on my channel, kids! Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jose. I'm the Paladin, and I'm here to... Who the hell is that? Oh! What the f***? Shoutout the Hedgehog? I heard that you have a video in the making, and your pussy ass hasn't reviewed my game. I'm not reviewing Shoutout the Hedgehog the game. Not that, idiot. Excuse me? What the? Sonic X Shadow Generations? Exactly. This game is going to make the year of Shadow an ultimate experience in the year of that green bean. So, Egg Paladin, are you up to the task, or are you just going to... No. Okay, now that shit is over, let's talk about Sonic X Shadow Generations. I'm done. What? You thought I was gonna leave you hanging without a Sonic review on my goddamn channel? Bro, I'm about to cook you some good Sonic shit, bro. Yahoo! So without further ado, let's begin the video, shall we? Nope. Too bad you're dealing with me, bitch! No! So after Sega finished developing Sonic Frontiers, which is a pretty good game, even though it sucks. Regardless of how you feel, Frontiers was a part of the development for this game. However, Takashi Iizuka and his Japanese teeth, he later confirmed that this game was inspired by the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. Okay, this will be spoilers for a second Sonic the Hedgehog movie. So if you guys are just watching this video and haven't seen it, that's not my problem. To give you guys up to speed, the final scene of the Sonic 2 movie shows the gun member forming George W. Bush about an unknown figure that was sealed away for 50 years. That unknown figure is none other than a black man! And with that clip shown, my nut has busted. Now with the reveal of the black hot dog, it is basically confirmed that Shadow will be in Sonic the Hedgehog movie 3. What do you know? I was f***ing right! So with this in mind, before the Sonic movie 3 trailer came out, there was a rumor about Sonic Generations getting remastered and coming to consoles. What? I didn't believe it at face value. That's like if Sega announced Sonic the Werehog for Infinity Edition. This gave Takashi Iizuka to have an idea. As the days passed by where I count the days of my deathbed, PlayStation announced their State of Play, which is like the Nintendo Direct but with more depression. There was a rumor revealed that a trailer might appear in the State of Play, and I announced in my community tab that if it was true, I will poop on my bed and in my mouth. I beg your pardon? So when the State of Play began, everything was normal, also complete trash. Well, that was a load of shit. But then out of nowhere... Yep, it's official. The remaster is real! Can we get much higher? So high. So yeah, Sonic X Shadow Generations is confirmed. I'm a man in my word. Now with that out of the way, months and months of waiting to get that black cock, it's October 25th, and after a long wait and lonely nights with a beer and no bitches, Sonic X Shadow Generations was finally released to the public. Okay, I dragged this segment off for too long. You know what's up, I know what's up, they know what's up, so f*** you, here we go, bitch! Woo! So let's begin the video for each story for both campaigns. So Sonic Generations, the story's mid. Yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Sonic Generations story is just out there. Basically, we see Sonic look like a midget on crack, but then we see Ghastly here and makes midget Sonic go blind from cardiac arrest. We later travel years into the future. Wait a minute, is midget Sonic dead? Oh, never mind. So in the present, it's Sonic's birthday, and the rest of his Spectrum crew are celebrating his... Wait, he's 50 years old! So does that make him 16? But he's 33 in real life because his blue bitch was in 1991. That means that... I'm thinking way too f***ing hard here. But to put it simple here, Sonic and his friends are celebrating his birthday, but then Giant Ghastly comes in and sucks in his friends. I would say pause, but the game won't let me. Sonic gets mollywopped and appears waking up to the start of the Come Zone. He later saves Tails out of his statue, keeping him from looking like a crucified Jesus. He later meets up with Midget Sonic. Okay, his name is Classic Sonic, but come on, you guys can't tell me he doesn't look like Warwick Davis. So as we progress throughout the story, if there even is one, we later save Sonic and his friends one by one, beat up our rivals, get all the emeralds, kill the bosses, post all my nudes. Then after all of that is done, Sonic and the rest of his friends travel to the center of time and encounter my husband? So yeah, it was Eggman controlling Grimace. I guess he truly is the... Oh, hello there! Holy Is that Bright EDP 445? Huh? Okay, so it turns out after that Sonic destroyed Eggman's Interstellar Amusement Park from don't bring up this game, it was shown that Eggman found a creature known as a time meter and tries to use it, erase time and space, teams up with
Dr. Robotnik!
Nobody calls me that anymore.
You'll always be Dr. Robotnik to me, you fat piece of shit.
He teams up with his classic counterpart to change the past as he sees fit. Yes! Change everything, Doctor! Break Sonic's legs, make him drown, bring back racism, restart 9/11! So as the Sonics fail to stop after getting mashed by the ghastly bitch, Sonic's friends appear to cheer them on, and then BOOM! The Super Sonics defeat both Eggman, restore the timeline, and save the world.
That's it.
So that was the story of Sonic Generations. That was garbage! For an anniversary title released back in 2011, the story was dookie. But you know what isn't dookie? This right here. Well, we had our fun with the blue boy here. Now let's tackle the real star of this review. Now to begin this segment talking about the monkey, the hedgehog, the legend, the ultimate life form, anime weeaboo himself. Hey, Shadow the motherfucking hedgehog! Now everyone knows who Shadow is, and no, I'm not talking about the Shadow in the bedroom. What I mean is Shadow the Hedgehog as a character. Wait, you don't know who he is? That's not my problem, bitch! Because Shadow Generations can help you relive his past and also his trauma. So in Shadow Generations, Shadow was on board the space colony Ark and its metallic Shadow was ordered to find an unknown thread above the Ark. Spoiler alert, it was revealed to be none other than Hello, Shadow. Mommy? Yeah, it's Black Doom. How you may ask? Because ever since Black Doom was, you know, dead, his Doom Eye was still alive and was able to get that slavery treatment. And also the time meter, but who cares? So after dealing with Daddy Doom, Shadow finds the fake Chaos symbol Tails made back in Sonic Adventure 2. Continuity! Back when Shadow was going to leave, out pops in the time meter, sucking him into the cum zone, along with Sonic and the rest of his autistic assholes. Yeah. So while in the cum zone, we see Shadow meeting up with Omega and his vibrator gun. You thought he was here all alone? No! As Shadow explores the place, he comes across a tomb and being covered in octopus piss, granting him the Doom powers. And this looks fire as hell! Which my computer can do that if it wasn't overheating. But then we later come back to the Black Hog, and far away in the distance, Shadow begins to see Maria and Gerald Robotnik? They're alive? What the fuck? Oh my god, the trauma is increasing, boys! So yeah, as you continue to play throughout the game, you eventually meet up with Maria and Gerald. Seriously, Shadow, hug her back, she misses you!
Pussy-ass bitch.
Gerald informs him that he and Maria were sucked into white space thanks to the time meter, meaning that his purple grimace face actually dragged people from the present and also people from the past, which is why these two are alive.
How original!
Once the trio have a quick reunion with Mr. Ultimate Hedgehog, Shadow takes action to stop Black Doom. So after flying through the valley, enjoying the sunset, causing chaos throughout the island, listening to dubstep, Shadow manages to get all the Doom powers to beat the out of Black Daddy. And bro was ready to throw some hands, but then Maria tries to talk to him to not let his anger get the better of him, and
I don't want you to be driven by darkness. I want you to be happy. Stand in the light with peace in your heart.
We missed this beautiful angel! Later on, we finally see Shadow meeting up with Sonic, and these were the go all out in the boxing grudge match. And this cutscene looks goddamn clean! Sonic comes in and... So yeah, Sonic wins and takes the Chaos symbol, but then Rouge comes in being a bitch from the Sluts in the Host Club. However, Shadow revealed he got the real emerald and the one that Sonic had was a fake.
What a twist!
So right after flicking that blue dumbass, Shadow was ready to take on Black Doom and his Doom car. So as Shadow reaches Black Doom and Radical Highway ready to whoop that booty, Black Doom prepares and transforms into a freaking Godzilla! The two begin to clash at each other blow for blow, but then this gets really interesting.
Shadow the Hedgehog. This is the destiny I choose. Now, to end this! What the fuck?!
And just like that, Black Doom is done. Shadow won the final round. Shadow finally returns and gives the real Chaos Symbol to Rouge so she can switch out the fake Chaos Symbol from Sonic, but not before meeting up with Gerald and Maria as they finally begin to reconnect. Oh man.
I know I'll see you again. And if fate draws us apart, I will always be in your heart.
As both Gerald and Maria say goodbye to Shadow one last time, Shadow leaves and they disappear, back to the time when they died. Shadow catches up with Rouge and sheds a tear, headed to the place where Sonic and his friends are there to help him out, ending the story of Shadow Generations. Man, what a turnaround. We went from mid to goal in just a couple of minutes. This was beautiful. A major improvement over Sonic Generations. And also Frontiers. Okay, we talked about the story long enough. Let's get to the part where this pussy-ass loser is waiting to be sucked on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about the gameplay. First off, we play as Classic Sonic. Classic plays in the 2D section. His gameplay is pretty simple but with some challenges. Classic Sonic can run real fast all over the zone, he can attack his enemies by simply jumping, and let's not forget the holy grail that is the spin dash. This bitch is so powerful it can push people out of my face. So yeah, that's how you play as the blue bald midget. You can run real fast, jump at your foes, have a midlife crisis, and reach the end of the goal. Simple, right? Wrong! See, in some cases, Classic Sonic will have new gimmicks to make the game more fun. Or pain in my ass. No! For example, in Seaside Hill, Classic Sonic will dive underwater and get air bubbles to survive or jump into cannons to launch into the air. So pick your poison, drowning or World War II. Another example, Planet Wisp. You can use the spike wisp to spin the gears then climb the walls. I hate this gimmick.
It's garbage.
Now for modern Sonic, okay, we all know how this blue baseball sack functions. If not, modern Sonic plays in both 3D and the 2D plane. Why not just 3D? Ask Sonic Team. They're the ones hooked up on amphetamines. But unlike Classic Sonic where he runs, jumps, spins, and vomits, modern Sonic uses the boost gameplay from Sonic Unleashed. My beautiful son, let me breastfeed you! Modern Sonic can also run on loops, grind through rails, wall jumping, and stopping for good measure. Queso will be proud. No! In addition to that, modern Sonic, like Classic Sonic, also has some gimmicks that make the game more fun. For example, in Seaside Hill, again, if you use the gold cart route, Sonic can run in a freaking go-kart. There's even a part in the beginning of Speed Highway where if you're fast enough, your ass can fly off on a goddamn helicopter. They knew this shit was fun. I'm glad they kept it. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention in some cases when you progress throughout the game, you unlock skills for both Sonics. Some of them include an infinity boost bar, elemental shields, the drop dash, or a freaking skateboard. Whatever skill you want, this game's got you covered. Okay, we covered Sonic Generations and all of its autism. Now it's time for the big one you guys have been waiting for. You thought Sonic Generations was gonna be the only thing I talked about? Then get ready, cause we're going back to black in the next game in this bundle. And I think you know what the I'm talking about. Here we have Shadow Generations, and let's just say, god damn! Sonic Team, you really cooked hard in this game. I mean, it's better than what my cousin made me. In Shadow Generations, you play as Shadow, and his gameplay is the same as Sonic, even though his controls are better. He has his homing attack and his boost on deck, but with a major change. He also has his Chaos powers. See, Shadow lets us use some of his abilities, like Chaos Control, Chaos Spear, and Chaos Blast. There's no Chaos Blast? Yeah, IGN was right. This game's a 2 out of 10. You. But in all seriousness, once you are outside the levels, you get to explore the white space cum zone, and thank God these controls are so smooth. Frontiers can suck it. Oh, but if you think that's all Shadow Gens has to offer, you ain't seen nothing. Once you complete the levels, you get to unlock his brand new Doom powers. It is a blast using these bitches to my goddamn leisure, such as the Doom Spears, the Doom Blast, Doom Surf, Doom Wings. No. These powers are so freaking sweet, it feels like my ass became a literal butterfly. So yeah, that's the gameplay of Sonic X Shadow Generations. I know I missed some stuff here and there from the gameplay. All I can say is, I don't fucking care. But don't worry, I'll mention them later in this video, cause trust me, it will be interesting and worth your time. And mental health, assuming you haven't lost it. So with that image out of the gutter, let's talk about the positives in this game. Okay, you guys already know about this. Sonic Generations gameplay is fantastic. I like how Sonic Team was quick to the point to make this game look fast and fun like a mental drunk driver. I enjoy Sonic's gameplay, and while his momentum isn't perfect, like my crippling depression, I like how he controls in the levels, and honestly, I prefer playing as him more than his blue bitch cum sack. Hold on. Modern Sonic's gameplay isn't bad. In fact, it's great. He's not just fast, but this motherfucker the goddamn speeding bullet. Modern Sonic's boost is through the roof, and it makes it even better when his abilities are put to the player's test, especially when he wall jumps, rail grinds, slides into my homie's DMs. What more can I ask for besides my doctor?
You have cancer.
Yes, thank you.
Wait, what?
I'll tell you what, the level design. Okay, I'm holding this opinion. I still think that Sonic Heroes has the best level design in the series for a good balance of speed and platforming. But this? Dude, look at this! I feel like I'm living in the outskirts of New York City! Seriously, you can't tell me this looks like shit and walk away. I love the amount of effort Sonic Team put together to make the details shown. Reno Zone looks beautiful, Blue Tar Run is fantastic, and Speed Highway, I'm in a Don't tell, let's party, bitch! This game rewards your ass for exploring either above the sky or the depths of hell. It's really encouraging for me to explore these levels without a care in the world. The level designs are so good, it's absolute eye candy, which also adds to my next part of my positives list, the graphics. God, the Hedgehog engine was ahead of its time, and thank the Lord's humongous nipples they used it for generations. Each lighting, each texture, each fraction of a single pixel, it looked great. Major props to Sonic Team for making this engine work, cause without it, I would have suffered through the Sonic 06 graphics. It's worth the effort to play the levels with this engine. Another thing I like are the challenges. See, once you beat the levels, you unlock challenges, and these challenges consist of racing your doppelganger, using different skills, playing with Sonic's friends, start a school shooting. I had a good time with some of these challenges. Repeat, some. But what's great about these challenges is that once you finish them, you unlock some skills to make your gameplay even more fun or goddamn broken. In addition to that, if you hit the bell above the challenges, you'll get a music note and earn the Sonic music from past Sonic games, though you have to chase the music notes like Dr. Disrespect tries to chase the kitties. Speaking of collecting music notes, holy wiener beaners! There's so many collectibles to get, and that's all thanks to the red rings. If you collect this red star like blood vessels, you unlock tons of stuff, such as artworks, music tracks, my ex-girlfriend's nudes. To this day, Sonic Generations is the only Sonic game where collecting red rings feels rewarding. Now, if other Sonic games can do the same thing, Sonic Lost World! Okay, I'm getting pissed off. I need something to calm my ass down. We have Chow's in this remaster? Mom, I think I myself. Okay, but for real, this is a good addition to add to this game. These were great for the player to explore the levels to find those little buggers, especially for Chow fans who are hooked on crack. Yes! And lastly, for Sonic Generations are the boss battles. God, these bosses pack some serious punches. They are that desperate to try and beat my meat. The rival fights with classic Metal Sonic, Shadow, and Silver are badass as until they become pushovers. But the main boss fights, holy Uganda Moana, these are freaking cool. The Death Egg robot was awesome, but the bombs were annoying. Perfect Chaos was a good challenge, and having Open Your Heart playing in the background? Amazing! And do I need to mention the Egg Dragoon? While I admit I love the Unleashed version of the fight more, I can't ignore how awesome this version is. At least it's better than what this is. And then there's... No, not that one! But yeah, the boss fights were fun and worth the challenge, assuming you don't suck. Okay, enough sucking Sonic Generations cock. Let's talk about the positives of the real meat, of this beautiful bundle, Shadow Generations. First off, the gameplay. Do I need to say it? This game is fun! The controls are smooth, the jumping is tight, and the boost, oh my god, the boost! One of the best Sonic Boost games ever since Sonic Unleashed and Turbo Boost Racing.
What the fuck?
But for real, Sonic Team did an amazing job to perfectly make the game cinematic, crazy, and of course, fun. And going to each act with its controls and level design is the icing on the cake. Speaking of level design, Sonic Team, you bastards cook harder than my ex-wife, and that bitch is dead! The level design has a good balance of speed and platforming for Shadow to run to. Much like Sonic Generations, it's linear, but you explore different areas to reach shortcuts and get that sweet S-rank bonus. But you wanna know what makes the level design also fun?
My ass.
No. What makes this even better is Shadow's Chaos abilities, and thank Christ on a kite, Shadow has the return of Chaos Spear.
Yes!
It's been so long since we've seen Shadow's Chaos Spear since... Generations? Really? I would say Sonic Speed Simulator, but Roblox. Anyways, Shadow has the return of his Chaos Spear and can now use this to stun enemies, break hitboxes, kill my taxes. But that pales in comparison to the Chaos Control. And my piss pipe, I love this ability. If you think Time Stop from Sonic and his Secret Rings was useful,
Shut your goddamn ass up!
seriously, Shadow's Chaos Control is not only useful, but you're still running at the exact same time even when you're boosting. Oh, but if you think that's awesome, then check out this, my guys. When Shadow goes into one of these areas, some black ooze gets inside Shadow's mouth, which gives him access to his new weapons, the Doom Powers. Yeah! These Doom Powers are not just cinematic and badass, but it also helps Shadow on his quest and trauma to beat the stages with ease. And each one of them is fun. The Doom Spears can throw up to 5 times in a row, Doom Blast, which lets you mollywop a Black Arm straight to the moon, Doom Surf gives Shadow the power to surf on water on a goddamn eel, Doom Morph, No. And lastly, there's Doom Wings, my personal favorite. I love having Shadow just fly around these levels and breaking the game like how I break my porn stash. I love using these powers except one, and using them on the levels and bosses to my leisure.
I love it!
Next, what I love in this game are the collectibles. In these levels, you can collect these collection keys that can show up your ass that you can collect in each ad to collect these collection boxes outside the cum zone. And these bitches have some fantastic collectibles. Artworks, music, Shadow's history, my nudes. What? But that's not all. There's also these bolts for Orbot and Cubot to make them build a rocket to escape the white space, or to then reveal that was only just a freaking clock. Huh? Say what you will, but this is Orbot and Cubot. Whichever take them seriously. Another thing to praise are the graphics and textures. Much like Sonic Gens, the game looks great for its HD quality like my smooth ass baby lotion. Everything looks beautiful. The characters have good textures, the effects are clean, and the lighting is fantastic. Holy shit, the Hedgehog Engine 2 has done wonders for this game in spades. Speaking of characters, I love the characters and the dialogue every time they start spitting out their mouths. Each character has a chance to shine. Big was fun, Omega is badass, and really crazy. Orbot and Cubot, need I say more? And even Rouge has a spotlight to help Shadow and his trauma with Maria and Gerald. Speaking of Maria and Gerald, it was so good to get to know these guys more. And as you progress throughout the game, you get to learn more dialogue about them. Fun fact, did you know Maria had a sister? What? This game's lore is absolute banger. And I know bangers. Seriously, don't skip on this dialogue. Keep talking to these motherfuckers and get to know them in the hub world. Oh yeah, the hub world. You think Sonic Frontiers hub world was good? Hell no! This game takes that concept and makes it work to infinity and beyond. I had a good time exploring the white space as it gives me a reason to do stuff, like getting treasures, finding levels, doing challenges, subscribe to Forfinity. There's so much to do here! But if you guys want a big challenge, like my depression, look no further than the boss battles. These boss fights are exactly what I wanted for a Sonic game in a while. They're cinematic, they're fast-paced, they're amazing. Why do I want to masturbate? Ew! Each boss has a unique way to attack them, especially with your Chaos abilities and Doom powers. BioLizard was a fantastic upgrade. It doesn't waste time with the black balls, you can use Chaos Control, and now he has tentacle hands! Shadow Generations Hentai Edition. Metal Overlord is my personal favorite boss in the game. Unlike in Sonic Heroes where you fight on ground, you fight with the Doom Surf, and the ways to attack are crazy, especially the second phase. Throwing back crystals, spin rubble, airship tossing, massive explosions, and to top it all off with Crush 40 singing What I'm Made Of? Yep, this is my favorite boss. And then we have Mephiles. Do I need to say it? Shadow clones, giant pillars, a massive monster trying to show you with his laser out of its goddamn mouth. Yep, instant praise right there. And lastly, we have Devil Doom. Now, I'm not gonna spoil all of it, but I'm gonna say this right now. Beat his black dick. And there's also the music. Jesus Christ, the music here is wonders to my ears and balls. The music composers did a fantastic job, and they do not miss. Okay, maybe a little, but still. I enjoyed the music genres that were put into the table. Rock, piano, bass, orchestra, weed. Every track these composers done makes me want to freestyle dance with maximum autism. I can't get enough of it. But what I can't get enough is the voice acting. Okay, I'm going to say this. I don't like the modern Sonic voice cast.
You son of a bitch!
Listen, I'm sorry, but this voice cast is making Sonic & Co. sound so boring and tired. But with Shadow Gens though, major improvement. They went into social emotion for this game, and while it's not perfect, it was surely a step up from this garbage here. No, for real. My Pollock is back as Gerald, Kirk and Wally were fun as Orbot and Cubot, Ray Chasedale Ryan as Metal Overlord, though Ryan Drummond is better. Roger Craig Smith's Omega is good, though he just stopped voicing Sonic Ball, said that for later. And Karen was fine as Rouge, you know she was a bitch for a brief moment.
Whatever.
Bitch! But
But the top 3 best performances in this game was Stephanie as Maria, Kirk Thurin as Shadow, and Ben Diskin as Black Doom. Yep, I'ma say it now. Ben Diskin is the perfect voice for Black Doom. Hell, I'll even say he's a much more better Black Doom than Sean Schemmel, if Sean Schemmel wasn't a goddamn douchebag.
you piece of shit!
But Ben did a fantastic job as Black Doom. As for Maria and Shadow, Stephanie did good to make Maria sound likable and cute to the point of helping Shadow to end his emo phase, and trust me, he needs it. And Kirk Thurin as Shadow? Okay, I know I've criticized the modern voice cast, especially Kirk's, but after learning Shadow's character and having to do some good voice direction, he made Shadow not just tough and badass, but also emotional. You can feel the sadness in Shadow's voice for how he was acting. Or maybe he listens to Linkin Park. But yeah, the voice acting was good, and I'm happy for how it is. For now. Next, put up my good list, I enjoyed the collection room. Having all the things you collect to be present here for you to watch and listen to some awesome stuff. Rewatching the cutscenes, looking at artworks, listening to music, learning Shout's history, and how it became a body pillow. I want it! There's lots of things to see in the collection room, and it was worth the effort to get all these knickknacks. But the biggest knickknack is obviously Gerald Robotnik's journal. This golden nugget here is a specialty, because not only do we have Maria and Gerald present, but we also have a whole journal learning about his past as well as the creation of the ultimate life form. We also gotta look at the other characters present in the journal. Remember the bio lizard earlier? Yeah, that is him. And me sideways, he looks adorable. Where did you get him and where can I buy one? Tell me! Not only that, but I love the details of the journal going deeper and darker the more you read it. There's even scratches and bird marks on the sides to inform you guys that this is getting dark, and there's even certain names that were censored in the journal. I guarantee you guys, it's either Black Doom or P. Diddy. But after reading this journal, it's very sad to what happened to Professor Gerald after he went insane and lost his granddaughter. Like me on how I lose every time I play Roblox. And lastly, the story and writing. Okay, if you guys know me or not, why aren't you not subbed? But for real, the story was written by Ian Flynn, and I have criticized the Captain Crunch Man so many times. But for this story, what are my thoughts on it? I liked it. I really liked it. Yeah, believe it or not, I was concerned about it since Flynn has a tendency to shove many references inside my vagina. Disgusting! But surprisingly, I was invested. I like how the story gave Shadow a chance to actually reunite with Maria and Gerald while also having stakes in the mix to make the story more interesting. My only small nitpick is that I wish it had more heartwarming moments with Shadow, Maria, and Gerald instead of asking way too many questions. Come on, Edgelord! This is your family for f***'s sake! Give them a hug! Shed some tears! Have a family dinner, start a cult, anything will be great. But f it, I'm just bitching at this point. Bottom line, I really enjoyed this story and I'm happy how it turned out. Good work, Ian, you did a good job. Now I won't have to bitch at you. For now. So as you guys can tell, this is a good game in my list, and it's hella fun. However, the game is not perfect. I mean, no game is perfect. Why do you think I have these for a reason? Okay, enough waiting. Let's get to the next segment. It's time to talk about oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I see you Sonic fans typing your stupid ass fanboy comments, but there are some things in this game that I'm not fond of, and I bet your ass and titties that go into bitch. Let's start with Sonic Generations, and me, I got some shit to say. First off, the story. I said it before and I'll say it again. The story is mid. Yeah, sorry to burst your bubbles as usual, Sonic fans, but I got bored out of the story to the point that I don't care. Except for the Robotnik scenes. Those scenes are goated! Sure, there was some charm here and there, but trust my ass, you're not missing much. It's just Sonic meets Sonic, restores time, fights past foes, becomes a school shooter, beat up both the Eggman, and save the day.
That's it? That's it?
Yeah, no, I'm not taking it. It also doesn't help that since this is a f***ing remaster, they're going to make some changes, such as the dialogue. In this remaster, instead of the story using the dialogue written by Ken Pontek and Warren Graff, Sega decided to hire someone else to write the dialogue for the story. Now, who did get to rewrite the story? Of course. Okay, while I praise Ian on his writing on Shadow Gens, his rewritten version of Sonic Gens is, how do I put this nicely, mediocre. It barely has any charm or personality. Some of the characters still retain their dialogue, so what's the point of even rewriting it? And don't forget the references! It also doesn't help that since this is a rewrite, Sonic Team didn't even try to change the lip flaps to match the words for the rewrite. I'll get to that soon, but Jesus Christ, this was annoying. But not as annoying as the voice direction and voice acting. Okay, this is something that's been in my head, so I have to address it. For all those who don't know, the voice direction is done by a guy named Jack Fletcher. And I know what you're gonna say. Who the f is this guy? See, for some context, Jack Fletcher is the voice director, and he's been the Sonic voice director since Sonic Colors. Why would you leave me alone? Okay, but for real, Jack has voice directed the Sonic voice actor since 2010. And my thoughts? It's all beautiful! It's all of it, and every single one of them sucks! I'ma say it now, and no offense to Jack Fletcher, mostly, but his voice work for Sonic is just so lowbrow. The characters barely show any emotion to put into it. And while I did praise the voice acting in Shout Generations, the voice acting here barely scratches the mark. In the original, while the voice acting wasn't great, it at least put some energy while smoking some crack. But here? No. It also doesn't help that they're using the new voice actors for the characters from Team Sonic Racing, and they too also sound like complete garbage. Another thing, and I promise this is the last last bit for the story, the unnecessary cutscene changes. So in case you guys haven't been keeping up with the Sonic fanbase, let's be honest, they need grass. See, before the game came out, there were some leaks where Sonic Team changed some parts of the cutscenes and dialogue, and as Sonic fans were pissed! Some people liked these, but a majority didn't like it. Now as you guys can tell, I'm one of those people that don't like it.
You piece of shit!
Here's the thing, they changed the animations and the characters' dialogue to match how they currently act in Frontiers, and that is complete Sonic and crew didn't have much development in Generations since it takes place before Frontiers, so having them make this change makes me burst out of my own nipples. First issue, Sonic pushing away Amy. Sonic fans are gonna be saying, Sonic is so rude, the new one is actually better. Bro, it's called boundaries. Not everyone is okay to get kissed by a stalker. Next is Knuckles no longer calling classic Sonic fat. I get some people will think this is fat shaming, even though it's not. Sure, it may not be funny for some, but why not change the animations for classic Sonic to not rub his stomach? And lastly, the classic Eggman reveal. Why on God's green hotcakes did they reveal him this early in the cutscene? This ruins the whole mystery of who the person that controlled the Death Egg robot was after the whole Time Eater reveal. And don't you even give me that whole, it's an old game and people already know who he is. Shut your bitch ass up! Not everyone has played Sonic Generations and this game ruined the surprise.
God damn it!
I can go on and about how this story is complete booty cheeks, but if you guys want a better explanation about this game's garbage changes, I highly recommend watching this video by Manga Writer. He did a kick-ass job in explaining why this remastered story is stupid.
Based.
Okay, let's move on because I'm tired of this part. Another thing I don't like about Sonic Generations is Planet Wisp. See, I like the levels from the rest of the game. Yes, even Cryo City. You. Pussy! But then we come to Planet Wisp and I don't like it. It's not a bad level and it's far better than... But what I don't like is the level design. It's too damn blocky, it felt slow, and don't even get me started on the Wisp.
Oh, hell no!
Yes, you know what to say, this level can get its penis shot by a goddamn Pikachu. Next are the challenges.
What?
Hold on! I know I said I like the challenges in this game, but not all of them land the mark. I think the biggest offenders of these challenges is Sonic's friends. For example, I didn't like the Blaze challenge with Classic Sonic where you chase her in a maze. Classic Sonic and Espio swinging in Seaside Hill was annoying as hell, and dare I mention the mission where you had to play music notes with Vector. No! Yeah, I'm not a fan. But if you think that's worse, just wait until you face against the Time Meter. This boss was terrible! In this final boss, yes, this is the final boss, you play as both Super Classic Sonic and Super Modern Sonic, and the controls are annoying, the boss's AI is poorly designed, the hit detection is all over the place, there's so much debris thrown to your face, and Sonic's friends talk way too goddamn much!
Looks like a homing shot! Careful, Sonic!
That looks like a homing shot! Be careful, Sonic! Looks like a homing shot!
I cannot stand the elements that this boss gave me. It also doesn't help that both Eggman launch a giant fireball and they troll me with having Live and Learn almost playing in the background only for Sonic 4 to pop in and changing the music. This was a poor excuse for a boss. It had a good premise, but a bad execution. Why didn't Sonic Team patch this bitch up?
Why?
This is not a good look for Super Sonic. Speaking of Super Sonic, they did my boys dirty! If you guys play the old Sonic games, Super Sonic was incredibly fast than normal Sonic and was an overpowered beast. But in Sonic Generations, what did they do? First off, classic Super Sonic isn't fast and has his regular speed as normal without any major changes. Sure, he can't take any damage unless he falls off an edge. No! As for Modern Sonic, he has a bit more speed than the latter, but the boost in this motherfucker flies faster than my freaking Uber driver. So it's a problem because these two have one major flaw, their ring counter. Instead of the ring counter counting down for a second, it goes down for half a second.
You got to be kidding me!
That is shown in the original Generations, and that shit returns here. And like with the Time Meter, Sonic Team didn't even patch this bitch.
I'm gonna kill myself!
As for Shoutout Generations, while it was a savior of the Hedgehog's piss dig, even he has some issues. First off, the map. It's not bad and it got to my places easily, but an issue I have is why can't we move the map when we zoom in? In order to zoom in, you need to be at the location of where you're at. But it gets annoying in some areas, and I even struggled to find the remaining goddamn treasures.
Are you serious?
Hell, I had trouble finding these treasures that don't show up in the map. If Sonic Team tries to patch this up, I can leave this off my list. But for now, yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Next up on my list is one of my least favorite levels in the game, Chaos Island. Whoa, hold on! I'm not saying that Chaos Island is a bad stage, it just didn't pique my interest. I found the stage to be a little lame, I didn't like the Chaos Spear switch gimmicks, the lower half of the stage dragged on, I don't like the blocky level design, and oh yeah, the music sucks. But the one thing that annoys me on this level, the goddamn do more.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I said it. I don't like do more. And I think everyone else can agree on that.
Do-morph is extremely hard to learn how to control at first, but once you actually learn the controls of this ability, this is by far the most fun ability to use.
What I don't like about the do-morph is for a few reasons. First off, the controls are mediocre. They're not bad, but the issue with this big-ass blackfish makes me lose momentum. You can push it if you can, but the turning controls are doo-doo stank that I want to commit war crimes.
I'm going to die!
In addition to the controls, I like how you can hold down the button to swing from blob to blob, but if you tap the button, Shoutout will zip to it, but the momentum will be gone. Not to mention, if you hold down the button to swing below the blob, the do-morph will fling you up to the top. Problem is, it's a bit difficult if you can get it at the right angle, and the game never told you about this. What is my life? So yeah, the do-morph. Sonic Team, please fix this bitch. Next is the music. Huh? Oh, let me fix that. I meant to say the music is great, but there are some tracks that made me want to cut my ears out. The worst offender is dubstep music. I already brought up Chaos Island and how the music is. Oh, but if you think that sucked, try listening to Rail Canyon and Sunset Heights Act 2. I'm not a fan of dubstep, and hearing it in a Sonic game doesn't really work for me, especially in colors. Jesus Christ, what the f were they thinking? Look, if you guys like these tracks, that's awesome. More power to you. Just don't be a masochist when listening to some of these dubstep tracks like a Taylor Swift concert. These next ones are just minor nitpicks, so feel free to shit on me if you disagree. See, while I liked collecting treasures was fun and all, finding the remaining ones in the homeworld was a major pain in the ass. Not the hot ass your mom gives to me.
Take it on this, you motherfucker!
I'm not joking when I say you will struggle when trying to find these suckers. And what's even worse is that some of them don't even show up in the map at all.
Somebody kill me!
Next up is Mephiles. Now hold on! I love Mephiles in this game, no homo. But there's one small thing I don't like about him in this game. His new voice. Instead of capturing the voice of Dan Green from Sonic 06, Mephiles is now voiced by Robbie Damon. And let me just say,
I will defeat and restore myself to the timeline.
What?
yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not saying that Robbie sucks at voice acting. For God's sake, the dude voices Paladin with Final Fantasy 15. That's a voice worth having sex over.
I beg your pardon?
And lastly, and this is a me thing, since this is Shadow reuniting with Maria and Gerald, why couldn't we get Shadow be more happy or emotional to see them again? For f***'s sake, Shadow, this is your actual family here and alive. Crack a smile, shed some tears, take a gun and shoot them. I know I'm sounding nitpicky, but considering how Shadow has been in the past that makes me bipolar, I just wanted to see Shadow express more of his emotions while also keeping his stoicness in check.
Yeah, no shit.
But I'm just bitching at this point. Okay, I think I voiced all my negatives now. Let's wrap this up, people. Whew! And with that, we finally reached the conclusion.
Thank God.
So now that you guys have heard me bitch about this game here and there, can I recommend Sonic X Shoutout Generations? The f kind of question is that? Of course I can! Look at these goddamn scores! Someone needs to put this in a Times Square billboard. Sonic X Shoutout Generations was honestly a great time. I have never had this much fun in a Sonic game since Sonic the Hedgehog Dreams Collection. Almost everything in this game was fantastic, and despite its flaws it has, it was definitely worth playing. This picture right here speaks volumes, and also my depression. This is exactly how Sonic Frontiers should have been. A good balance of both linear levels and open world, open zone moments. I still prefer the adventure gameplay more, but I'm happy with what I got. I enjoyed the level design, the gameplay, the DLC, the music. Oh shit, I forgot! The movie Shadow DLC. I suppose I can share my thoughts on this real quick. Ah! Movie Shadow! He already sounds so good as him! They see me rolling, they hating. Oh god, I'm popping balloons, I'm on a train dodging missiles! The gun soldier! Watch out, Shadow, the helicopter is about to come in and I love it! I love this DLC. There's so much stuff in this game has packed on, I can't stop playing it. So Sonic Team, Sega, Ian Flan, you guys did a fantastic job with this game. And if you keep going this route, I guarantee fans old and new will keep coming for the Hedgehog's dick stick. I can't recommend this game enough. It is definitely worth your time to play. So if you guys have a game console or Steam, then go and buy it, play it, and have a good old time. Well, that's all from me, everyone. If you guys like this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate it. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys real soon. Have a nice day, ladies and gentlemen.